Well, welcome back to the PipeCat channel. Larry here. I have got a product review for you. Again, this is not a professional review. This is just the reaction of a purchaser, that being me. This is the Playwell TANK G effects processor for guitar. You've seen a lot of videos on this. It is, I guess, manufactured, I think, by Leo Jaymz Music. And there are different iterations of this with different branding on them, but I believe Leo Jaymz Music makes this thing. The version I have is, has a sub-brand of Playwell, and it is the Tank G. I believe there's a newer version of this out, but this one is still, I purchased it brand new. I got this on Temu, and I got it for $61, I think, when it used to list somewhere around, 80, 90 bucks, something like that. But I got a pretty good deal on it, so I picked one up. And I just wanted to run through the functionality with you because it looks kind of complicated, and I know that a lot of people they shy away from, units that have a lot of controls on them or seem complicated. It's actually not that complicated. It's easier to work than one would think. I am filming this in something of darkness. I know the camera has a habit of lightening up the available light, so it actually looks brighter in here. But as I'm sitting in this room, it's actually kind of dark. And there's a reason for that. The reason being, this has a very nice display on it. And I'll point out a few things for you. First of all, as you can see, it's got a whole bunch of different controls. And these things here, actually, you can take that plastic right off there. They include this in the package. And I just threw it on because I thought it was kind of neat. It does make it easier to step on. And it gives you a larger target. The reason why I wanted a larger target is because these, you press them, together. Now, what you're talking about is an amp that has a master volume. These are the built-in cabinet emulators, IR cab. There are 9 different versions of that. Reverb mix, of course, just, the mixture of clean signal to the reverb included in it, and then your reverb decays. You notice that there are 3, well, you can't really see. There are 3 little sections around that knob. That's because there's 3 different kinds of reverb. And within each of those, you can control its decay time by moving it within the band that it's in. So if I move it over to the next one here, it'll be in the next kind of reverb, and then, the amount of decay, and then the third kind, and so on. Delay, same thing. If you're using one of the delay modules, the delay time, delay mix, same thing. You got 3 different kinds of delay, same thing. And within that, you can set the mix within each white band here. If you've got an effect on that has speed, like a tremolo or a chorus or something, you can affect that right here. Speed, mod speed, modeling effects. Of course, you get 3 of those, different ones you can choose from. This section here, these knobs where you see volume, I know there's a master volume down here. That's for the whole overall unit. That's just a master. It's almost like an attenuator. Master volume, but this is your volume within each different amp type. You've got 9 different amp types based loosely on, Voxes and Twins and Boogies and, And then you've got, of course, your simple EQ and then the gain within that channel. And the reason why I'm filming this in such a darkened room is because of this. That is a cool display, And the functionality of this thing is, you see how you've got bank minus, bank plus. Well, if you push these 2 together, you move the bank number down 1. You push these 2 together, you're moving it up 1. And there's your display of which bank you're on. You've got 2 different modes. You can be in either live or preset. When you first turn it on, I believe it defaults to preset. Okay? And you can tell because you can see there's a bank number right there. within that bank, there are going to be 4 patches. You can use the ones that the factory has already preset, or you can edit them to make your own. And that's what I'm going to show you. If I want to be in channel 1 of bank 1, push that button, and so on. Channel 2, patch 2, patch 3, patch 4, okay? The other thing you can do is, if you hold these 2 down for a few seconds, it goes into tuner mode. And that's pretty cool. Let me show you. It's not reading anything right now because it's got no signal going into it. But if I pick up a guitar, see how the display uses the knobs as your rangefinder. So my Strat here is probably a little sharp. If I pick an E, how's that for cool? I won't tune the whole guitar, but that's what that does. Isn't that neat? When it doesn't have any signal, it just goes back to being a line. Put my Strat back. And if you hold these buttons in for a long time, see that blinking light? That's a Bluetooth indicator. Now, if you are able to go online and download an app to your cell phone or tablet, one that will control this, and by the way, the company doesn't specify which app to download, but there are ones that'll do it. I'm not going to go into those because I really don't use it, but you can then control this with your phone, which I have not explored, and I'm going to go back to regular mode. Let's see, I'm going to hold it in. So that's off, and we're back to preset. See how it flashed a P right there? If I press these 2 together once short, now I'm in live mode. That means that whatever channel I'm in, which I happen to be in bank 1, I think I was in channel 1 if I'm not mistaken, or I should say patch number 1, I can now edit that patch if I want to, using any of these parameters that I want. And when I'm happy with the sound I get, and I want it to be saved to that patch, I will just do a long hold on that button, and that'll save it. And then when I go back here to preset mode, and I press that button, now my changes will be reflected in the sound. That's how this thing works, you know. Up top here, well, it's upside down, but got a headphone. You know, you can plug in an input, an auxiliary input, like your phone, whatever, if you want to play music to it. It's got a Type-C USB over here for charging. And all you need is a standard wall charger and a USB-C cable. And this takes 4 hours to charge. And once it's fully charged, it will work for 12 hours. So it's pretty good. You don't have to have a power cord around. It's easy to use, you know, with your thumbs if you want to, like I'm doing here, or you can put it on the floor and step on it. But all that said, let's see what we get for sounds here. All right. I'm going to use my Vox MV50 Clean. All right. It's all messed up right now. Because I messed with the tuning a moment ago. I get the Vox turned really down low. I'm going to noon the EQ on my Vox. Let's use our tuner. Pretty reasonable, right? It's actually a pretty tight tuner. It's like a Snark Super Tight. Isn't this cool? I mean, look at the visibility. You're in a dark club. You're looking down to tune your guitar. This is what you'll see. I got something going on in this E string. I think I've got a Buzzy Allen screw down there. Seems to have done it. So let's go back to preset mode. I have already programmed these 4 patches on bank 1 via the method that I was just showing you. These are the sounds I have. This is my first patch just to clean. I might even turn it up a little for you. And then we can start critiquing the actual sound of this thing. That's the neck position pickup on my Strat. Number 2 here is another clean channel with a little bit of attitude. For riffs like that one I always do. This one is my sort of rhythm chunk. I'll put it on the position 2 out of phase pickup selection. It's probably driving my phone. And this is going to be the lead channel that I put in. Sorry, I don't have a pick. Those are the 4 that I've picked. That's as close as I can come to what I like to hear. And then I can kind of tweak the volumes. And of course, I can mess with the settings on my Vox back here to get that overall sound a little more, accustomed, acclimated to the room it's in, wherever you are. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to use this live, because I don't like the amount of compression that this whole thing gives you. And I find that the only place to go to really get out of the compression, and this is going to sound very counterintuitive, IR cabs should not be used with a live amp. But I've got a live amp right now. I found that if I move to an IR cab, it actually doesn't sound that bad. People say, oh, you can't do that, it'll mess up your sound. Well, without it, right? If I change cabs here, actually I can't do it right here. See how nothing changes? You know why? Because I'm in preset mode. I would have to go to live mode if I want to change this. Here it is with no simulated cab. How compressed that is. Let's try some cabs. Next cab. That one's kind of wide open, not as compressed. I can mess with this channel right now with confidence, and I won't lose my preset unless I save it back to that button. I won't lose it. I can tweak it here Just for comparison's sake, I can mess with it, change the volume. That's the volume of the amp model. Notice how I haven't touched the master over here. Take the bass out. Put in a bunch of bass. Gets really bassy. But if I don't like any of that stuff, all I have to do is jump back into preset mode. And I'm back to where I was. Different pickups. Position 1, position 2. Forgive my playing. Position 3, middle pickup. Position 4, between the neck and middle. And the neck pickup. You can probably tell that I contoured that patch for the neck pickup, because that's where I mostly play my clean stuff. Again, my second patch that I have here. A little more attitude. It's clean with a boost. Then, of course, my crunch channel here. I put that, let's say, on the second position out of phase. And, of course, the lead. Let's leave that in the outer phase, see what it sounds like. Let's put it in the middle pickup. And let's try the neck pickup. And the lead. I wanted it to be loud, and I wanted it to be used with the bridge position pickup. So that's basically what the Tank G can do. You can mess with all the effects you want. If I go back to live mode, all right, let's set up a clean channel here. And let's say I pick one of these mods, okay? Let's pick a mod. I don't know. How do I get the mod to turn on? Mod. There's your tremolo. Let's see if we can turn up the effect a bit. See, now I got a big mix. Let's play with the mod speed. And the volume. And the gain. So if I take some of that mix out. Oh, where am I? Oh, I'm wrong thing. Yeah. Less of the mod. Mod mix. See how fast it'll go. That's as fast as it'll go. You get the idea. Let's see what the next effect is. Going down one. Ah. I think it's supposed to be a flanger of some sort. I don't have the paperwork in front of me. I put it real light. Not a lot of definition there. All right, what's the other one? Oh, here's your flange. Or chorus. Let's slow the chorus way down. Is it chorus or flange? I can't even tell. Here's the position 4 pickup. What happens if we turn up the effect? This is as much as I can get. So you see how I can frig with it? And if I don't like any of the changes I did, just go right back, preset mode, and here we are. You want to hear what the amps are? Let's go back to live mode. Over here. This is your amp type. The bottom one, which is where I think I am right now. Next one. Less assertive. Next one. Hear the scoop change. Now he's starting to get into some crunchy ones. Sorry. I said no pick and I'm in the dark. You see what the hell I'm doing. Next one. You hear that mid-range kick up and bass drop out? You can do stuff with this. Next amp up. Now it's starting to get a little dirty. And bright. Next one up. So bright. Not sure what this is. And I think the last one's like a boogie, like triple rectified or something. And again, you can switch them, but we didn't save it to anything. I didn't press and hold one of these patch assignments. So when I go back to preset mode, boom, right back where I was. So that's pretty much the Tank G. This thing will probably run, I was messing with it, so it's probably got about another 11 hours worth of running time on it. I think it's beautiful looking. You can use it. I will advise that the IR cabinet setting will work with your live amplifier, but it really is intended if you have a DAW, which I really don't use. I do everything live. I don't really do anything with, an AudioWorks software application. I just don't. But if I did, I'd have the options for the different cabs. And of course, your master volume can get monstrous quick. My neighbors would shoot me. I like to set it so that it's kind of comparable with my amp for volume in case something happens to the pedal. The only way, by the way, there's no way to bypass this thing. If you turn it off, you lose the signal completely. Nothing gets sent to your amp. But what you can do is go to live mode and turn the amp off. That's your bypass. So this is my Vox by itself. Well, with a little reverb on it, which I can also shut off. So all I'm getting now actually, you know what? Let me drop this down to none. No IR cab. This is what my Vox would sound like just by itself. So basically we're on bypass, but it's not true bypass. So if I want to turn everything back on again, I got to go back to preset mode. Boom. There we are. And of course this volume is too loud to match my Vox amp. I'd have to drop it down. Notice that I'm on like 1.5 volume here. And that's how much I would need to match the signal to match the volume without the processor involved. So this video has gone on long enough. That is the Leo Jaymz manufactured Playwell TANK G. And I hope that this gives you a better idea how it works and how it sounds. I am running this through a Vox MV50 clean head with the EQ pretty much straight up, nooned out. And I'm running it through a 212 Laney Cub cab. So that's the sound I'm getting there. If your cabinet is bigger and has more speakers, of course, it's going to be more bassy. If you're playing through like a 112, which I've got access to, this seismic right here actually is a 112, but for the purpose of demonstration, the most average cab you're going to see out there is probably about a 212, like the one I'm playing through right now. So that's it. Thanks for watching the video. If you get on Temu right now, in this May of 2025, you can still purchase this, or at least you could, as of, I think, yesterday. You probably still can, for about 60 bucks. It comes rather quickly, and it's ready to go. You just got to charge it. It has its own charging cord. It also comes with a patch cord. If you are going to use a DAW, excuse me, any standard wall plug with a USB jack will charge this thing. So that's all there is to it. I'm going to shut off my amp back here. And I'm going to shut off my Tank G. There you go. It's a tankless job. Thanks for tuning in.